I always work on like an idea or a concept, and there's probably about 5 different concepts that roll through my mind that affect my art practice, and they continue to rise up, you know. And the coats is one, so I've done lots of coats. But in COVID lockdown last year, and it was amazing. I mean, being an artist, you're quarantined to your studio. Oh my God, the only thing missing was a daily deliverance of pizzas. That is like every artist's dream. But also then the realisation after that, gee, even if you wanted to go out, you can't go out. And what do you do at that juncture, like psychologically? And I believe that if you can't go out, then you go deep, you go down, you go deep. And that's what I did. And I call it like, I love that, you know, in my father's house there are many rooms, so many rooms. If I look at my body as a house, and there's the attic and all that, and down there's the basement. And really when you go down and clean out the basement of self, your whole thing looks like a big mess, but actually it's a big cleansing. And to someone outside, you think, oh my God, you're a mess, cart you off to the rat house. But actually, you're cleansing yourself on a deep level. And that's what I did, not for myself, but physically. I was dragging out drawings, like some of these coats. This one here, I don't know if you can see it, but they're 30 years old, those drawings, you know, and they've been stacked away, doing nothing. So many drawings that I've done, they're just in the drawing drawers. And so I've pulled them out. And I thought, I'm going to make COVID coats and look for the, you know, the gold lining and all that. So I just love those COVID coats. And there's more since the COVID quarantine. There's some that are, like in this exhibition, that have never been seen before. So they're new. All my COVID coats up here, they haven't been in an exhibition before. Mm. Oh, they're like kids. My favourite coats. I can't really pick a favourite coat. It's like picking a favourite child. But like my Anzac coat, I thought in COVID lockdown, Anzac Day was particularly poignant because people were in their driveways, and I knew Anzac Day was coming up. And in the cleansing of the basement and dragging stuff up, I'd found all these electrostatic images, and for anyone that doesn't know that word, they're just, you know, the grubby old word is photocopies. But I like the electrostatic images. It sounds so much more, you know, groovy. But all these photocopies I'd done of aerial views of war cemeteries. So the cemetery of the headstones look like tweed or stitching. So I made an Anzac coat, and on the inside there's the red poppy, but it's very tonally, it's grey and black, but just that red poppy, like signifying the blood and the dedication. And that went up in my driveway in Howard, and it was just beautiful Anzac Day. I love those little intimate things. But my latest coat is slough coat, which means shedding of skin. And I was, a few years back, there was this piercing bit of sunlight on my skin, and it was like, oh my God, the first glimpse of old skin, this wrinkled skin. So I wanted to do a coat that represents, you know how they say when you get older you become invisible, which I think it's a great time to become a bank robber because no one can bloody see you. I mean, you don't even show up on the CCTV. But I wanted to honour that ageing process. So I just used baking paper, and they're in layers and layers, and I used avocado ink that I'd made myself. And the avocado ink is the same colour as the liver spots on my skin, and it's all wrinkly, and when you touch it, it's dry and hard. I've also used a bit of red acrylic, and I found this fabulous red velvet thing at the Howard Op shop. It was a Chinese thing. I've chopped that up, but the boat's symbolic of going from one shore to the other when you know when you leave this mortal coil. But I put up a sign next to the coat in the exhibition saying, please touch me. And it was really significant, and I knew how successful this coat was when someone come into the gallery and hadn't been in here before, and they had to rush straight up to that coat and touch it. Another older person, they went up and touched it. The next day, my friend's son was here with his girlfriend, and she could not bear to be near it. And I thought, wow, that's so successful. Because I think sometimes I say to hairdressers, you know, you could be the only living person that touches another person. So many people live alone, and that touch, you know, that is so important, and especially in COVID. So yeah, that's my latest one.